Hi, everybody. I know last time that you saw me, I did not have this glorious of a beard. By the time we get to graduation, I hope for it to be yay long. So we're going to be going into the identification of psychosocial distress and the way for referral. The things that we're going to be looking into are such things like the practices that athletes will go through, the typical daily stressors, the frequency of their athletics, the stress that they may receive from coaches as well. Coaches are always going to be pushing them to newer heights, which is always going to have just some level of stress already placed on them. On top of that, also sometimes not viewed as much, but parents also have a tendency to also place this additional stress on athletes. They might also have these performance expectations, maybe more so at like the high school level, but it's just another stressor that athletes have to go through. So athletic trainers need to know that they are in a amazing spot to be able to perform some form of intervention, be able to help out in that situation. So one of the things that is very beneficial in the athletic training role is that you're able to build that relationship with your athletes, that rapport. It's vital in the communication with your athletes. When you build that rapport, they will come to you. They will confide in you. So remembering that you play the role as an advisor or a counselor is always a helpful thing. Athletes, again, they want to come and they want to talk to somebody. At the same time, they don't want to try and appear to look weaker than the other athletes around them. So just being there for them to be able to listen to them, but not also have these same expectations as their coaches or even their parents might have. It's just very beneficial for them in the long run, just having somebody to talk to. And it might just be as simple as that, just having somebody to talk to unload that baggage. It might just be that's all they needed. In many cases, though, it might not be that. So the examples that the text gets into are things along the lines of like relationship issues. Never had one, so I wouldn't know. Social activities, the activities that they used to find interesting, but they don't anymore. Unexplained weight loss or decreased appetite. And then also maybe something along the lines of academic success. They may be a successful student, but then suddenly, due to these stressors, their academic success starts to diminish. So this is something where you can start to see these red flags out there. So while as an athletic trainer, I know we are capable of doing absolutely everything under the sun, but the NATA, they have another thing called the Code of Ethics, so they want to kind of like limit what we're able to do. So a great rule of thumb that we're able to go by is that do what you've been trained to do. Don't do what you have not been trained to do, and when in doubt, refer out. So when we get into this referral time now, it's best to know what you have in your area. So do you have the access to a physician? Do you have the access to a nutritionist, a sports psychologist, or a mental health professional? Nobody ever likes to hear that they might have a mental disorder. Disorders are actually they can be very vague, or they can be very small, basically. So when it comes down to this referral time, when you are also introducing your physician, the sports medicine team, to your team and your coaches, I actually really liked this out of the text, that also bring in your mental health specialist, your professional. And that way, when the athletes are now viewing, here's the nutritionist, the physician, and here's this mental health specialist, this is just to put everybody on the same level, just to see that this is just going to be a normal part of athletics. That way they don't view this mental health professional as I only will see this person if I'm going crazy. So some conditions that the text also starts to go into are things along the lines of depressed mood, the decreased pleasure in the activities that they normally found fun, insomnia, hyperinsomnia, fatigue, loss of energy. A major red flag, obviously, then would be suicidal thoughts, plans, or an attempt. So these are some of the things that could be seen as red flags. Another red flag would be disordered eating, which also would fall under a mental health category. If you would really like to read a lot more into that, you can actually refer to my paper, Assignment 5A, and give me your feedback on it. I go much more in depth into disordered eating. So as we're coming to the end of our message here, what I'd like to go over then is a little questionnaire for you. Just make sure everybody was paying attention. So which of the following is or are examples of athletic trainer's role as advisor to the athlete? A, have the athlete lay on a couch and give direct advice to use in their life. B, provide a clinical diagnosis of depression. Or C, listen to an athlete's concerns about return to play after injury. I'll give you a second. Yes, it's C. Good job. Okay, so here we'll go on to question number 2. What barriers often impact an athlete's recovery or receptivity to referral for mental health services? A, the door is locked. B, attempting to push on the door when the sign says pull. Or C, concerns of appearing weak. I'll give you a moment. Yes, again, it's C. Great job, everyone. And lastly, a comprehensive referral network should include experts in which of the following? A, physicians, nutritionists, and scary clowns. B, physicians, nutritionists, and a guy in a van down by the river. Or C, physicians, nutritionists, and mental health professionals. Again, it's C. Everybody, thank you for listening to what I've had to say. Again, I'd really appreciate it if you go and you look at my assignment for disordered eating. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and have a great day.